Hi, in this video I just wanted to go over a few things, including the gameplay and look of it when using ENB and SweetFX, which is the clear view setting so that it clears up the picture and takes away kind of that gray look. Here, I'll just disable it at the moment and show you. As you can see, here's your default picture in rather gray, and not much detail. A lot of the detail is lost in that overlay, and when you turn on the ENB and SweetFX, you see that it actually takes away all that overlay and brings out the actual definition and colors as they're meant to be, without changing them in any way, so that the game remains basically the same as far as the atmosphere goes and the gameplay goes. Now I'll just go over a couple of the options. And as far as your controller setup, I am using a modified setup that lets me use my mouse for turning left and right. That's also linked through the ENB and SweetFX mod, which I'll leave a link for at the bottom of this video. And basically, you just want to set your mouse settings here, your sensitivity. If you find the mouse is kind of laggy or doesn't work right, then you can also try switching it to the classic setting, and in some cases this improves the overall mouse. Now I'll just go to the video settings quickly. If you're using DSR or VSR, depending on NVIDIA or ATI, then once enabled you'll be able to set your resolution here. If you're using the 1920 by 1080, I'd recommend not going past the 2500 setting, as you'll actually lose definition once you go past that setting. Whereas if you're a 4K user, then by all means use right up to the 4K setting and you should be fine. Now I'm just going to set this at 2100. I usually find the 2100 works best on my monitor. However, as I said, test up to the 2500 and you'll find that you'll notice just a slight difference in the picture, but you will start to lose focus as you go above the setting that it will actually support. So you'll be able to tell if your game starts to lose focus that you've gone too high and you just want to roll it back a bit. Now as far as anti-aliasing, you want that turned off, or that will disable the effects. So if it's on, you just want to turn it off and then restart your game. And by doing that, you'll enable the effects, and the effects will be working once the game restarts. Now you want to do the texture quality in high definition, because most of the add-ons are focused on adding high definition to the game in order to make it look newer and more up to date. Also, you want to just turn off your color filter. You can try it with the color filter if you'd like, however I do leave that off. Now I'll just get into a game here and just load it to show you how the loading times and such are with the 4GB patch add-on and the gameplay and what to expect here. So we'll just load it up. As you can see, it's quite quick. I can steer my character using the mouse with the added mouse controls, and the area around me is quite nice. Now as far as the achievements go, most achievements for this game are based on the progression of the game. However, there is one achievement here that you can get when you get to this area called Do Not Shoot the Water. And basically, once you get up to the water, make sure that you saved in that hut that I just loaded in. Walk up to the water's edge and just start firing a few shots off the dock here, and this is what will happen, and you'll get the achievement. Although you'll die, you will get the achievement, but that's why you want to save just before in the hut there. So I'll just continue and kind of go over a few other things as far as the graphics and such. As you can see, everything is quite quite nicely rendered, the reflections, light beams, particle effects, and such. And I'll just move out here, and we'll move into an area where we can get a fairly nice view. And I'll just turn here, have kind of a look around. That's a nice view. I'll turn off the effects, and as you can see, the game suddenly becomes really gray looking, and a lot of the detail is lost. A lot of the color is lost. It looks really bland. I'll turn on the ENB and SweetFX again, and as you can see, the whole game brightens up because that filmy gray layer is removed. So the whole game itself looks high definition while you're using the high definition rendering. And as you can see, the gameplay is quite smooth, quite fluid. I don't have any problems as far as loading areas. I'll just go from one area to the next here, and it's quite quick. And again, you can see all the effects. Everything's fine. No problem with aiming. Now, if you do have an issue with your aim, where you happen to aim one way and the aim doesn't go back in focus, just aim your character straight forward and aim, and that will reset the view. Some people have noted that they have an issue with aiming once they've added the mouse controls, and that's just how you would fix that, because that's what they've actually had problems with, is with the aiming there. So I'll just go over here. Although this area looks fairly bleak, not much color to it, seen as that's how the game's supposed to look. But once I turn off the ENB and SweetFX, you'll notice that it loses a lot more detail, that the game looks a lot darker, and it doesn't really give you that HD feel for HD rendering. Turn it back on, and your colors are all back. And the game, even though it's bleak in this point, does look nicer, and everything is rendered a lot nicer too. Now, this can be used in combination with any high definition texture packs or add-ons that you might use, so it shouldn't cause any problems. And if you do have issues, just check over the notes on the actual mod page that I'll link this to. And let me just load one more game here. And as you can see, everything's quite quick. You can scroll through the saves, no problems. There's no little stutters or anything like that. And again, the load times are really quick, and the definition is quite nice. Now, let me just go out here and see what's going on. Something. But anyways, I hope that you enjoy your game. And should you have any issues, just again check on the mod. It has links to all the various things that you'll need for the game, including the mouse setup and various alternate methods should you have any issues setting up the game with the ENB and SweetFX. And hopefully this has been informative and helpful. And if you have any questions, again, please leave them in the comments below, or if you want to leave them on the mod. I actually am the one who made this mod using my own settings that I've made for various other games in order to do the same thing as this, color match, and take away kind of that filmy look to make the game look more up to date and run more smoothly. So hopefully you'll find something that you can use, and if there's any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you then. Take care.